welcome to the Autosave Podcast, where we keep you up to date with the latest and greatest in gaming news each week. I'm your host, Phoenix, here with my co-host,
El Tigre, ow, 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 and Layer 45.
Alright, so let's get started with our first news story here, where we have Lawbreakers supposed to be coming to the Xbox One. Now, Lawbreakers is the new upcoming game by Epic Games, which has been in a beta for, it's been in two closed betas actually for a couple times, and we've seen it here and there, and a lot of people have been able to play it and actually enjoy it. But it was only announced to come out for PC and PS4. So Cliffy B actually was interviewed recently at E3 2017 and stated, Xbox fanboys get really salty at me on Twitter, like it's like you're turning your back on the box that built your career with Gears. And he was like, you know, I'm like, not necessarily, because my first priority to me is my employees. I have 65 employees, many of whom have families, and I need to keep the lights on. When we looked at the fact that we can only ship on one console initially, PlayStation has the huger install base. That doesn't mean that we can't do that on an Xbox version later, or Xbox XOXO, or whatever they're calling it these days. I wouldn't rule it out. So basically, he's saying that there's potential for it, but they're not sure at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I played the Lawbreakers beta with you. We played it on PC, and it's actually a really good game. So, as much as I'm not into Xbox's doghouse, I could see it coming to it and people having a good time with it. I'm just, really happy for it to get more exposure and more people knowing and talking about it and overall playing in the future. If there's going to be some sort of cross play with Windows and Xbox, that could be pretty cool. Broaden up or open up the play field to have more players with each other instead of segmenting the community. But overall, I'm pretty happy about it. It means, if it's coming to Xbox, then it's gonna get an even better experience on PC, and I really can't wait for that anyway. So
yeah, we could definitely use some more arena shooters out there.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so we have some big news coming from Dragon Ball FighterZ producer Tomoko Hiroki. He's claiming in an interview recently with Gameblog that they're open to producing Dragon Ball FighterZ for the Nintendo Switch. In the interview, he literally claims that Namco Bandai would be open to releasing Dragon Ball FighterZ on the Switch if there was enough demand from consumers for it. He also states that the lack of power compared to other platforms on the market wasn't holding the game back from releasing on the Switch. Hiroki referenced how Namco Bandai plans to bring over Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 to the Nintendo-made console later this year, claiming that there haven't been any troubles porting that iteration over so far. Now, personally, I'm excited for that, because there's literally petitions for people to make they want this game on the Switch, and I know everyone here would love to see that type of game come out on the Switch, another type of fighter that possibly can be an online fighting game.
I mean, we could definitely do with some more fighters on the Switch. I was hoping for some Smash announcements, but I mean, I'll stick with some Dragon Ball FighterZ if we can get that.
Yeah, I'm not too into the boat of Smash again. I mean, if it came out, I'd buy it again, but I already own it twice. I own it on my 3DS and the Wii U.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be the same.
No, of course not. But I'm more excited for Pokken. I have it. I played it. Sure, it's not the best fighter, but I would like it for it to get some more time in the spotlight. It's a pretty fun and entertaining game, especially when you're playing it with someone. This Dragon Ball Fighters Z game looks really good. If you guys haven't seen any of the footage on it, it's like one of these best fighting games out there. It's really nice looking. But I also hope for it to be online, because the Switch really doesn't have that many games that you can play online with people. and it would really do well to test the online services that Nintendo plans to make us pay for in the future. With that being said, though, I'm overall excited for it. If you needed another reason to pick up a Switch, I think this would be another reason to do so. And for them to say that the Switch is not holding it back from its fullest potential is amazing to me. So I'm ready to see what they can do with this game.
Now, just so we're clear, guys, I mean, you can go look online for these petitions to try to get this game. So I know I'm going to do that, so I'm looking forward to this.
There's also some Twitter retweet campaigns going on out there as well, so you can look out for those. It's just all to generate hype for the game. So
yeah, take part in that, guys, please. If you really want this game to be out there, remember you got to stand up. You know, the saying is gamers vote with their wallet, but we need you guys to vote on that social media thing. If you really want this game, go out there and tell them you want this game. They are willing to do it. You just gotta tell them, man.
Exactly. So get out there, sign those petitions. Let's get this game on the Switch ASAP.
Moving on to next news, we actually have a story from Destiny 2. It's impossible for you to not know what Destiny 2 is at this point in time. Destiny 2 was almost the you could basically consider it the PlayStation exclusive. It's on Xbox One as well, but at this point, I mean, like, they've kind of pushed away a lot of the exclusives and stuff like that, all the exclusive features and maps and all that away from the Xbox for almost a little bit over like 2 years now, so or 1 year, I mean. So it's definitely getting pretty bad over there. But what's been happening lately, if you haven't heard, Destiny 2 is coming to PC, and there's been a lot of miscommunication in regards to Destiny 2 PC news, because the information really hasn't been out there, and Bungie themselves has been like kind of hush hush on a lot of their information. So recently some news came out that Destiny 2's project lead Mark Noseworthy actually stated that there will be no recoil in the PC version of Destiny 2, and he stated that, for instance, there's no recoil on guns on PC because recoil on the controller feels really good. You know, like, I'm firing, oh, I'm losing control of my gun a little bit, that feels great, especially with magnetism and all the magic in the controller that makes you feel it. With a mouse and keyboard, you don't want the mouse moving without you moving it, so recoil doesn't really feel all that good. So there is no control in PC. So I don't know how I really feel about that. Definitely, I don't think that that's true. I've been a PC gamer for all my life, so I know for a fact that you don't really have any issues with wondering, you know, like, if I can feel my recoil on my gun. If you want to use a controller, you can use a controller. If you want to feel vibrations. In terms of managing recoil, there's never really been a circumstance in which I feel like I've been playing a game and there's recoil on the guns and I'm like, oh man, I sure wish that I wasn't using a mouse and keyboard because this recoil is driving me crazy. It's just like a controller. You learn how to manage the recoil. But what's actually interesting is that he updated the information recently in a tweet. He said that the PC version will actually it will still feature recoil, but it'll be a little bit modified in order to provide a better gameplay experience on the PC. So that's some interesting news. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with the recoil, if they're going to like dampen it, or what they're going to do, if they're going to change the spreads, or what's happening. But they seem to be trying to make some changes to make the PC version the best version around, but I'm not sure if these are the right decisions that they need to make.
Yeah, that recoil thing seems kind of odd to me. I mean, from playing a variety of different shooting games, you know, third person, first person, things like that, the same recoil that you would get on console, I feel, is actually more manageable than it would be on a controller. And that's even from playing Destiny for however long we've freaking played it. I don't see the recoil being a problem. You just make the same adjustments you would on a controller. Like you said, if you want to feel the vibrations, plug in a controller. Other than that, I really don't see the point in this. If they remove it completely, as opposed to like tweaking it heavily, like they now said they were going to do, I don't know, that could be something different. That could be a game changer.
I think one of the things that And we've kind of learned this over the years of playing Destiny. One of the biggest changes that happens in nearly every patch with Destiny is changes to the weapons recoils. You'll have weapons that were great in year one that now they either have a different recoil or they have a very less effective range. So it's all weird, and I think it's important that if they're going to change it, they need to change it for everything, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to change the experience for only one system. It won't feel like Destiny anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys.
The bulls are inert.
The guns are inert. After this,
the Dragon Fighter Ball Z is inert.
Yeah, let's just be honest with that. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird. I mean, I guess I'd have to see it to experience it, but
you gotta see it to believe it, I guess.
Yeah, it seems kind of pointless to me, but I don't know. Haven't played Destiny 2 on PC yet, so we shall see how it fares. But yeah.
Now, to be fair, there was reviews from people that have gotten to play the PC version of Destiny, and they said that they didn't really notice that there was a lack of recoil in the game. Or maybe it could have just already been that tweak.
Well, I don't think that. I think that they're probably using an early build. The game's still a good few months out. I think what he was just stating is that they're going to be making these changes. So the version that they played at E3 and the PlayStation Showcase and all that stuff, it's not going to be the final version. I think that's pretty obvious for any game.
But still looking forward to Destiny 2, guys, especially on the PC.
Definitely.
All right, moving on. So I just got this story coming in from J. Jonah Jameson himself. Apparently, Spider-Man is selling PS4s now. So the Sony president and CEO, Sean Layden, says that Spider-Man is their biggest chance to broaden the pie that is increasing. That is their customer base that is increasing. The PS4 so far has sold over 60 million units, and Sean thinks that, the console exclusive Spider-Man, which I'm really excited for, has the significance to help push their numbers into PS2 tier territory with 100 million units. I don't even remember. The PS2 was, I think, 112 million units, so they're going for it. But Sean says that, he likes to tell his sales guys that the first 60 million is the easy 60 million. To get to 100 million, it's about how we do to grow the pie, or how do we grow the pie, sorry. And yeah, how do you guys think they would grow the pie? I mean, from what I've seen, Spider-Man is an amazing
I think it's without
game.
A contest. Spider-Man's gonna be a whole system seller, being that it's an exclusive. It's kind of like the Bloodborne of this sort of life cycle of the PS4. If you remember, a lot of the Souls players were kind of upset that they had to buy PS4s in order to get Bloodborne because it was an exclusive. And it's weird because I look back and I still don't feel like Bloodborne was an exclusive game, but then you remember it actually was a PS4 exclusive. So I can definitely see Spider-Man causing people from pretty much every genre wanting to give it a shot, because there's a lot of genres that Spider-Man fits into a lot of circles, so there's going to be a lot of people coming over for it.
With the many different Spider-Man iterations over the years, there's definitely a Spider-Man that can relate to you, so I feel like a lot of people will pick it up, especially with the alternate costumes that we can discuss at another time that are coming in. Or if you saw the trailer, you saw there was the other Spider-Man. I forgot his name.
It'd be Miles Morales right there.
Yeah, there you go. He shows up at the end of the trailer. Spoiler alert if you haven't already seen the trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, then spoils on you. But it just looks fantastic. We were there at the PlayStation movie theater experience, the E3 access, and when they brought that up at the last couple of minutes of the showcase, the house blew off. It was that great. It was really awesome.
And also to iterate two more things about this topic. I'm super excited for Spider-Man. I know a lot of people are, and I can definitely see it bumping up Sony's sales being in a PS4 exclusive. And now to iterate on the PS2 thing, if Sony can get to 100 million, that'd be with the PS4. That'd be pretty crazy, considering that the PS2 didn't hit 155 million units sold until 2012, and that was almost the end of its life cycle. So that'd be big for Sony if they can do that.
Well, let's be realistic here. You're not gonna beat the life cycle of the PS2. It's just not possible.
I don't think you can beat that.
That was a really long life cycle.
Yeah, considering the PS2.
I'm actually pretty sure that there's still games being made for the PS2.
There aren't. They actually did get shut down. At least official games being made for the PS2. They recently got shut down. The PS2 lived a good amount into the PS3's life cycle, because we had the PS3 for a long time, and I was still like, why are they still making the same game for PS2? That's weird.
You can't drop it, man. It's a part of the legacy at this point.
Yeah, PS2 is you just can't beat it. It really was one of the greatest consoles of all time, and that's from somebody who's liked a lot of Nintendo stuff, but I gotta tell you, PS2 was definitely where it's at. I gotta say, the PS2 is kind of hot.
It's kind of hot.
So yeah, with it being a console exclusive, I would be very hard pressed to, if someone told me there wasn't going to be a bundle of the PS4 with a bundle of the PS4 with a PlayStation in it. That would be an amazing bundle. But an even better one than that would be PS4 with Spider-Man coming out. Probably some sort of holiday or whenever it comes out, but or even a special edition of the PS4 Slim. They're probably not going to make any special editions of the PS4 Pro unless it's a Burger King Whopper version, but other than that, it is what it is.
Get some more Sneak King action going.
Oh yeah.
Moving on to the next topic, we have some news from LA Noire, which is kind of surprising. It's a rumor mill kind of story, but it's always important to cherish and love LA Noire for what it was and what it accomplished. I love to boast about the games that I buy on multiple consoles, because there's not many. There's only been 3 that I've done this for, and that's been Red Dead Redemption, Modern Warfare 2, and LA Noire. And those are my 3 games, and it's kind of weird that 2 of them are Rockstar games. I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give Rockstar just a few props. I don't know. They make some good franchises.
I don't know. We'll have to see. They might be falling from grace pretty soon in this podcast.
I'm not sure. Maybe we got a little dirt on them to speak of, but
we'll save that for later.
So a recent report has emerged claiming that the game giant Rockstar is preparing to release a remastered version of LA Noire on a new generation of consoles, and it sounds as if the game will also come equipped with a handful of new features. If these rumors are true, what is this? Like, what is would-be detectives? What is would-be detectives?
It's you playing as a detective.
Yeah, it's you. They're talking about you.
They're trying to say you a bitch nigga. You're not really a detective.
No, never that. If these rumors are true, the true detectives across PS4, Xbox One, and allegedly even Nintendo Switch platforms could expect to see the revamped LA Noire arrive as soon as this year, although it has been pointed out that Rockstar may have delayed it to land in 2018 in order to avoid steep competition this holiday season. WWG author Liam Robertson claims that the site has 3 inside sources confirming the newfound addition of VR support also, or at least internal testing for it through the PlayStation VR, as well as a first-person mode across all versions. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know that I would particularly enjoy seeing extremely highly detailed face renders and first-person view, especially inside of PlayStation VR. That may just be a little bit too much uncanny valley for me. I might just actually you might get sucked into the game at that point. So I don't know that I'm excited for that. But it's great to see some new information coming out since Team Bondi got dissolved last year, especially when they were in the middle of their project for Horror of the Orient, which was supposed to be their other sequel to L.A. Noire, and it actually got funded by the I believe it was the European government. They funded the game like a few $1,000s, and it's still just the main producer came out and said it's probably not gonna happen. So if I can't see that, then I'd love to see a remaster for L.A. Noire. I'll always support L.A. Noire.
I don't know. I'm a little on the other side of the fence when it comes to the VR support, considering that I've played Resident Evil in VR. And it actually is extremely fun, a lot more scary when you're playing it like that. So I could definitely see a game like this where you gotta play a detective and solve crimes.
You're gonna get spooked by the realistic faces.
I mean, you're gonna get spooked regardless. You're gonna get spooked regardless. That's the best thing about VR.
I'm pretty adamant about Resident Evil 7 not actually being that scary. I think that this might compete for the scariest game.
It's a lot scarier in VR. I'm telling you, it's a lot scarier in VR.
Hey man, I have to now believe it.
There's two platforms that spoke to me here, and that was the PlayStation 4 and possibly even the Nintendo Switch. So this could be another big one. The Nintendo Switch, if it was to come out this year or early 2018 or even late 2018.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes out on the Switch, I mean, I'm gonna have to get it on multiple systems. Then.
Exactly, I'll be stuck.
I would definitely just get it on the Switch.
I'll already own the game. What is that? I owned it on the 360, PC, and on the PS3. So then adding the Switch and PS4, that's 5 times. I'll own L.A. Noire a total of 5 times.
Hey man, it's worth it at that rate.
I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining.
Another VR game, all I'm hoping is that Sony can come out with some new PlayStation Move controllers, because they're still sticking with the old PS3 version.
With the 6-year-old versions.
We honestly need some thumbsticks on these controllers already. I've played Farpoint.
The one has a thumbstick.
We played Farpoint, and that controller, the aim controller, does come with a thumbstick. It actually makes the game easier to play. And it makes it a lot more fluid and more natural. Like this. Teleporting places is not working for me. Come on,
I mean, that's kind of fine. That's how the most VR headsets handle it. It's fine for the most part, but it's just the way that the Move controller kind of, I don't know, it just kind of feels like it doesn't feel right with the Move controller.
For something like this, if they're gonna do LA Noire VR, we definitely need some new controllers. Sony, come on, step your game up.
What I don't like about the
bring back Marcus 2017. That's my time.
He's too old and ugly now. I can't do that.
I don't want to see that.
He'll be decrepit. He'll be like Marcus 2017. What I don't like about the first person or even VR LA Noire stuff is that it kind of takes away from all the time and effort they put into the mocap for the characters' faces, especially the main character. His name escapes me right now. I have played the game. There you go. But
gotcha.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they put all that effort into him, and for you to just go first person, it would take away from it. For me anyway.
It's just I don't see the point in the first person. I don't like this whole first person trend that's going on. It's not necessary.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the other hand, it is kind of cool.
It's a cool new experience because you get to see it from a different perspective.
Yeah,
but it's just not necessary.
With the mechanics of them being like, oh, study their face to see if they're lying. You could literally get up over the table and be in their face, and you could come in and you could see their lip twitching, and you're like, I gotcha. And it's like, and it's like, what you got? What? It's like, oh, you got the lip twitch, my dude. And then you grip up their lip with the Move controller, and it's like, stop shaking, you're lying. And then he's just like, I like your ass, Morgan.
Oh my god.
I don't know, I feel like that's more like that first person mode is going to be an optional thing, like they're saying here. It's just a mode. It's not going to be the full game. So for people for my boy over here that likes see your main character's face and see the expressions and all that mocap that goes into it, you can play the traditional way. Right. Now, if you're playing on that PlayStation VR, you definitely are going to be in first person.
Yeah, if they give you both ways,
that'd be gross to be like third person behind Cole.
VR. It's always weird.
Behind him, but you're still controlling his arms. It's
freaking VR, and then they cut off his head and put it in front of your face
LA
so you can
2017
see the
remaster with complete outer body experience.
But Rockstar, if you're watching, please make me able to maximize lip off with the PlayStation Move controller.
Please. That's the only thing I'll get the VR for.
All right, in other news, everybody's favorite PS4 exclusive, before Spider-Man comes out, is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, and its spin-off, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. This news comes from an interview with Sean, and I'm going to butcher his last name here, Esiage, the creator and director and writer of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. He spoke with Eurogamer on the topic of the future of the Uncharted franchise, and he said that if Lost Legacy... Well, they asked him if Lost Legacy was going to be the end of the main series, and he said he wouldn't necessarily say it's the end. The thieving world is huge and thriving, and there's so many different characters. They've turned their attention to sometimes looking into Sullivan and Cutter and pairing each other up, but in this current juncture, they went with their main gut because they kept coming back to Chloe, and who doesn't want to keep coming back to Chloe? I mean, she's got a rifle and a butt, but that's a whole other story. So he highly doubts that the Uncharted world is done, and for the most part, I agree. I really don't think that the Uncharted world is going to be done here. I feel like it's going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of treatment, where they're like, this is the final game of the Xehanort saga, which means it might be the end of Sora, but you're gonna get another Keyblade wielder that will eventually grow on you, like Nathan Drake. This is more than likely definitely gonna be the end of his story. But as we saw in a portion of the game, his brother Nate. Jeez, his brother
Spoiler
Sam.
alert here.
Yeah, huge spoiler alert here. His brother Sam isn't done, and Sully picks him up. And Sean doesn't say that they were going over Sully and Sam, but I feel like that would be a better pairing up of the two. They have that clean, open section where they're not doing anything. They build it up, and they bring out Chloe and Nadine, which I have no problem with. They're both great characters in their own right, and rifles and butts aside. I would have liked to seen that pairing. Sam is a very charismatic character, and Sully's got the grizzle that he could teach Sam all kinds of new things, especially because Sam's been in prison for who knows how long it was. But yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about Chloe and Nadine, or even the thought of Sully and Cutter?
DLC of the year.
I feel like the Chloe and Nadine is gonna be lit, dude. Too good. Claudia Black all game. Come on. You can't say that's not good.
I mean, everybody wants just a Charlie only DLC, right? I mean, that's what we're all asking for here.
Charlie only, yeah. It's gonna be low poly, bald, Uncharted 3,
unrendered Joes.
Cutter. Jesus, man.
Now, one thing I was gonna say is, with him saying that there's more characters to the story. Now, I'm not gonna ruin the ending of Uncharted 4, but all three of us know here, and whoever's beat the game know, a specific character that's introduced towards the end of the game that could possibly be a new main protagonist in a new Uncharted series going forward.
Yeah, true.
This is a prequel though, so I don't think we'll see anything from that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm talking about in terms of like an Uncharted 5, a reboot of the series using a new character.
And then it's all been a ploy this whole time, and all it's been is just young Sully DLC.
Young Sully stretch DLC. I'll take that any day of the week. But yeah, like I said, I don't see it being done anytime soon. I mean, excuse me, for them to just, drop the Uncharted series, it's like, here's a free bag of money, and then just dropping it on the floor. Like, nah, I don't want that, fam. I'm good though. Thanks though. Like, they just wouldn't do that. Like, Uncharted 4 was their biggest game in the series. Some may argue that it wasn't their favorite. It's definitely the best game in the series, but people have sentimental values. Like, I know Phoenix likes 2.
I'm a fan of 2 as well. That was definitely One of the best. Let's see that opening for 2. Come on, you can't beat that.
Admittedly, still actually topping cinematic cinematographer charts for one of the best openings.
That's the one where he's in the train, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the train one.
I hadn't come into the series until 3, and so I feel like I have more sentimental value with 3, and its ending. I liked its ending a lot more. It kind of hit home with me, but yeah, Uncharted 3 was good. Uncharted 2 was also very good. But yeah, Uncharted 5, that's gonna come in like the next 2 to 3 years. Let's be honest here. Especially since Uncharted 4's multiplayer is freaking dying. Jeez, man, nothing disappointed me. That's for damn sure.
I know. I wanted Drake just dead at the beginning of the game. It was supposed to be Uncharted 4, and it was supposed to be just a thief's end. The game was supposed to start and end immediately.
You boot up the game, and that screen where Drake is standing there with the gun. It's actually him getting hung.
Oh no, my god, that'd be going too far. That'd be going way too far.
Hey guys, thanks for buying that.
Alright, moving on from Uncharted, we have a kind of funnier story here. Well, not too funny, but we have CEO of IO Interactive, Hakan Abrak, who, as if anyone knows, IO was recently dropped by Square Enix around last month, leaving them without any backing whatsoever.
I don't know Square, so, my boys, but y'all fucked up on that.
IO Interactive is going to go, and they're going to make the first 2 whole missions for Hitman free. Now, yes, you would have to pay for the other 5, but that is a big smack to the face because Hakan is basically telling Square Enix that they're going to do it on their own. And in his quote, if I can find it here.
There is no quote. That's the twist of the century.
It's not much of a quote, but basically Hakan is saying, Square Enix, we don't need you. We're going to do it on our own, and we're going to retain the Hitman IP as their own game and move forward with that. So that's like, hey, Square Enix, what are you doing? You just got smacked in the face by IO Interactive.
Yeah, basically, and just rebounding off of that article. There's also been recently in regards to Hitman news. IO Interactive put out like sort of like a challenge. I don't know if they like thought that people weren't going to take them seriously or what happened, but they challenged all the hackers basically because they were trying to people hate the de novo DRM system that's on PC. It's in Rockstar games, it's in a lot of games, it's in inside of Tomb Raider as well, and it causes a lot of issues in regards to actually being able to play the games on PC because you have a lot of connectivity issues and it just drops you out of the game, or it'll think that you don't own the game and you own the game, and that's always the DRM issue. But recently IO had said that if you could break if you could crack the code for de novo and crack Hitman, they were gonna just drop de novo, and hackers had broke de novo in record time, which is crazy because de novo's been kind of just blindsiding all the hackers that it's just been like nearly impossible to break in pretty much every game that's been put in. It's been like the ultimatum for all hackers for a good while now, so it's crazy to see them all just kind of like blow straight through Hitman just to be like, yo, I don't know what you think this is. but this is our game now. So actually what happened is because they keep their promise, they said they're gonna drop de novo from the game. So it's a pretty interesting story, and that's what happened.
Real quick to finish up the Hitman, this video is most likely gonna be dropping on the 23rd. By that time, these 2 first episodes of the Hitman game will already be available for sale. About 2 days in now.
You mean for free?
Yeah, the free ones will be for free, obviously, and the rest of the episodes will be up for sale as well.
Yeah,
which I believe is like there's 7 in total, so 5 more
something like that.
For sale.
Really followed.
And now, if anyone's played the game, there's like 100 to thousands of ways that you can approach each mission, which is always fun. So it's a lot of replayability in this Hitman game.
I wouldn't be surprised if, the rest of the episodes end up in like the Steam Summer Sale, which is currently going on. It started on the 22nd. Not too much going on, but you guys have until the 5th of next month, I believe, which is a real long time. So get your wallets wet, or get your wallets wetty, guys. You gotta buy a lot of games this year. Yeah, I'm gonna be picking up those first 2 episodes for free. I'm gonna try and see if I can buy the other 5 episodes, because there's no Denuvo. I can do that.
Hey man, you can't be saying that. It's not allowed. That's illegal.
We don't take part in privacy, and we don't encourage it. Please buy all your games legally.
Please buy all of your games with bitcoins.
The views and thoughts of LT Grade are not reflected by the whole of 4th Echelons. Take his opinion with a grain of salt. Thank you.
But other than that, all I've got to say to IO is, okay, Google, play Post Malone. Congratulations. Alright, so coming back around to everybody's favorite, Rockstar Games. those guys over there, they are. Steam reviews have been plummeting to an all-time low for this, as much as I hate to say it, juggernaut of a game. This thing has been selling steadily at a price of at least $40 for the past, 2, maybe 3 years now. This game, remember you guys, this game came back out on the PS3 towards its last year or so of its life cycle. Then it headed over to PS4, was delayed forever to PC, and then finally came out on PC. And they still try to show you their bullshark cards, which is a load of bull shark, if you know what I mean. But anyway, the reason that their sales review has been plummeting is because the modern market took a very strong hit when Open4, which was handling the various PC mods for GTA 5, was shut down. The closing of the tool had been met with a huge outcry from the community, and while Rockstar's parent company Take-Two, that's everybody's real favorite, Take-Two, says it wasn't trying to target the single-player mods. Yeah. They weren't trying to target just the single-player mods, only the online ones, with huge air quotes. And we're sorry, guys. That's just the nature of the beast. We don't know what we're doing. The Steam reviews have taken a very, very big hit. Numbers in the past 30 days are not in the game's favor. Of the 42,000 user reviews written, only 13% of them have been positive, which is it's insane for a game like this. As much as I've played Grand Theft Auto over each of those 3 different spectrums, the PS3, 4, and PC, and I still got to give it to them. For them to be selling it at a ballsy $60 still is amazing, and for people to still buy it up, that's crazy. I don't know what the appeal is. I'll get back on every now and again, but it's dropped now down to a mixed review rating, which when it was overall positive for the longest time. So that's a huge thing. Rockstar stands firm behind their decision that was made when many of the reviews have called them out specifically for the shutdown of Open4. I gotta agree with them. I didn't know about Open4 before this, but as long as, a modder wasn't negatively affecting my game, I really didn't care. It was cool to see some of the mods that were there. I never really paid attention to how they were doing it, but Open4, I guess if that's what the thing of most of them were, then that seems like a pretty cool tool to have, and for it to just be shut down out of nowhere it is kind of a kick in the teeth to the fans. Like I said, this thing was selling strong for a good 2 to 3 years at least, and you guys are just like, yeah, thanks for buying our game, but F off. It's come on guys, what are you doing here?
I think the biggest problem is that Rockstar has been strong arming mod tools for a long time. It's been a big requested feature for a long time as well. And the problem with that is the PC community thrives off of mods, because that's where, you know, that's
the lifeblood. That's what makes these games last as long as they do.
It makes it so special, and you know, like to remove that ability for people to experience the games the way that they want to play it. You know, they want to, you know, make content for your game. I feel like you're kind of denying people from you know, showing their support for your title. If people are willing to make content, you know, that shows that they have a lot of interest in your game. If they're coming out to, you know, spend their time to develop and create all these different mods, whether it be different character models or you know, new coding to change the way that the game interacts with itself. GTA 4 with its
Hulk and Iron Man mod.
It's Carmageddon mod, where you touch reverse even for a millisecond and the world just goes to hell. You know, like that was the things that I kind of made the games a lot more enjoyable for the experience. Not necessarily for, you know, like you wouldn't run the game. I would hope that you wouldn't play the game like that on a regular basis. It's kind of literally impossible. You'd be dead every like 10 seconds. It's just not possible. But it's fun to be able to take a change of pace from, you know, the vanilla games all the time, and you know, it keeps the content fresh. So I think it's stupid to, you know, to jump the gun, so to say. Because even more so, what's been happening is that people have been saying that even the mod tools that have been used in order to create all the different machinimas and stuff like that, the Open 4, that's not even been the cause of where people have been using the mod tools. And I looked a while back when modding in online was a big issue. I was looking into to see what people were using, and those mod tools that they were using wasn't open for. So of course the community changes as, you know, things get restricted. So I don't know if the hackers have been using open for or not, but from what people have been saying, it wasn't that at all. So I feel like Rockstar jumped the gun for no reason. Of course, there's always legal issues that you need to be aware of as a big corporation. However, in this circumstance, I feel like they just kind of, they didn't think at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it clearly shows that they didn't really think this through too much, considering they themselves said that, the closure of Open 4 was necessary because it was enabling malicious mods that were harassing other players, and GTA Online specifically. Now, I have seen videos where people get harassed. It's really not that big of a deal. The host would make you come and stripper pole dance in front of them for like 10 minutes. It's funny, it's annoying. You leave that lobby, that's it. You know what I mean? Move on with the rest of the game. For them to shut it down completely and have it affect the single player aspect, which is where a majority of people's like machinimas and things were made, I don't really agree with that. I've seen some plenty of funny videos with GTA mods for single player. So, you know, they don't really do anything to anybody. So, I don't know. They might know better, but from the surface, it really doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys on that. Like, I'm not a big GTA player, but I do have like, I've watched a lot of videos where people are using their GTA mods and just having fun with it. Kind of feels dumb for them to just take that away from them.
Rockstar, you're a liar. You're a liar.
Alright, and going forward with that, we have another game that's coming out. You know, a lot of people probably haven't heard of it, a lot of people maybe have. It's called Fortnite, and it's Epic's new game, and it's being published by Gearbox. Now, Gearbox just revealed that it's going to be free to play sometime in 2008. They don't have the exact month down yet, but we know 2008, definitely Fortnite will be free to play. Now, with that, for the people that have heard about the game and really want to get into it, the retail version of the game is releasing in July. I believe the early access is July 25th. Now, there's a slight confusion with this because they have multiple articles are saying retail version releases on July 21st, and then early access on the 25th. I don't know if that's reversed or not, but at least we know July 25th, 21st. If you want to play Fortnite, you can. And definitely I want to play. It's another one of those group games where you can play and just have fun for hours just playing the game.
Yeah, I think, at least to us, it seemed like your first experience in Fortnite was when we were at that PlayStation experience in the theater. And I gotta say, from playing the demo, you know, it's kind of hot. No, but it is a fun game. I did only play it for a shorter amount of time. I know Phoenix played it a bit longer, or a good amount longer than I did after that. But from what I played, it was very entertaining. It has a great what's the word I'm looking for? It has a great concept. I can't wait to see more. I actually want to play more of it, and for it to go free to play, that is a really good option.
Yeah, that's a big one right there for Gearbox and Epic.
Yeah, because Gearbox has been making, you know, as everybody here knows, they make the Borderlands games, and they made the sleeper hit Battleborn, which everybody and their mom takes a huge steaming dump on for no reason.
Yeah, considering it's actually a fun game.
You know, Overwatch for life. You know, like, whatever. Fuck Overwatch. It's a good game, but it's not that great.
My thing is, I'm just happy for another game where you can get together with your friends and just, like I said, just have fun for hours. If you don't know the concept of the game, basically you get together with your team and you just build these massive forts to fight off hordes of zombies.
It's a tower defense sandbox game.
There you go. And it looks great. You got multiple character types. Was like a ninja. I can't remember the other one. I know there's like a gunslinger soldier one. There's a thick girl with the hammer. It's all types of stuff going on in this game, and it's just like wacky but fun. And it's that kind of type of game where you and your friends will be laughing the whole time while you're playing.
Yeah.
Unless you're literally getting hoarded mad hard and then you're crying because it's like, crap, it's too many zombies.
When I was playing, I mean, to be fair, it was pretty depressing when I was just, there was nothing I could do because there was no ammo left, and you know, they're just kind of beating my fortress in. But it was pretty fun while it lasted. You know, like there's not much you can do when your doors are, you just built the wall, and as you're building that wall, somebody's entering through the wall that's next to you. I mean, like, what do you do? There's not much you can do.
I can tell you one thing. Yeah, Trump would definitely be pretty pissed at this game. God damn it! I built the wall, and these damn Mexican aliens, zombies, are coming in and breaking down my walls, man. You guys gotta stay out of my country. And then the Pope tickles his hand, and that's the end of that.
My God.
Sorry, no. He tries to tickle the Pope's hand. The Pope's like, "Fall out of here." So that's my boy, the Pope. I had to correct myself. Don't print that. Rewrite my quote. All right, print that. Thanks, money.
Moving away from the Trump Pope speech, we got another big game that's kind of having some type of big announcement, and that's BioWare's new IP, Anthem, which a lot of people are calling BioWare's Destiny. And they're probably going to be saying that a lot more now, considering that EA's Vice President, Patrick Sutherland, basically stated that he thinks that this might be the start of a 10-year journey for them. Meaning, they might be going the Destiny route and taking this Anthem game and pushing it for 10 years, like Destiny's trying to do.
I hate it.
I really don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Bungie said they were taking Destiny over 10 years. What do they mean by that? Or did they originally mean Destiny 1 10 years?
No.
3 years.
Well, what was corrected recently is that they basically mean they're going to expand it over 10 years, but over 4 games, and then DLC in between those 4 games.
Okay.
So that kind of makes sense considering it's on console. Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know how I feel.
Excited. 10 years of microtransactions. You'll never be able to keep up with this.
Anthem done to do microtransactions.
I don't know how I feel about another game with a 10-year plan, considering Destiny already sucks our life away and we play it so much.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a battle to decide. Hey, do we want to play Anthem or do we want to play Destiny?
We'll just have to like partition our days.
Both will be on PC,
hey guys, welcome to the 6 p.m. block. Today we're gonna be playing some Destiny. It's 8 o'clock. All right, guys, we gotta switch to Anthem. There's nothing we can do. It's too late.
The one thing with Anthem though is it does look amazing. I gotta give them their props on BioWare. It does look amazing. Hopefully they get away from that little debacle that they just had with Mass Effect Andromeda.
We don't talk about that.
Those facial animations though. Try to keep. Come on, guys. Make sure that Anthem doesn't have that same issue.
Let's not have any glitches where your arms clip through your entire head.
Oh my god. Dude.
Now, on the other front, BioWare does know how to tell a good story, so...
I don't know about that. You're still losing on that. You've lost on that front.
I mean, compared to what Bungie did with Destiny, where all the stories...
You still can't make that statement. Mass Effect 3 has completely voided any statement for stories.
Once they made Mass Effect 3, they screwed themselves. They shot themselves in the D and then continued to saw it off. Like, that's basically what happened. It's like, oh, what? Final breath. And then here's some more DLC on top of that, where everybody's back to life. Thanks, guys.
Except that didn't happen.
I mean, in the end, we can ask people that are watching this video, leave some comments, give us an idea of what you think another 10-year plan game is going to do for the gaming industry, like what that can mean for us as gamers.
Yeah, I mean, do people want more 10-year games? I mean, here's the thing: MMOs live forever. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
MMOs never die. WoW is never dying, but it's supposed to be dead soon. I don't follow WoW. I don't play WoW. I hate WoW, but a lot of people love it, and apparently, it's coming to an end. From what I've read a while ago, I don't know if that's still
that
true
was
or
10
not.
years ago.
That's 10 years ago. That was a week after they started. They were like, I hate this game. I'm never
That was
a
week after they started their 10-year plan.
Yeah, that was a week after. So I don't know. MMOs are kind of already on this like. I think the thing that makes this weird is that they're making these MMOs, but they're setting a time track. Like MMOs don't do that. Like,
before it even comes out. I think it would be better for it to let it live its lifespan and don't try to force it.
Don't try to force it. If the game is gonna die, it's gonna die.
Don't come on and be like Destiny 10 years later, and then you barely made it to
10
5.
years later. All right, you're finally dead. It's it. That's the end of the game.
How even would you even come to an end at that point? Like, what?
Hey guys, we spent our last 10 years just to die.
You just die at the end. It's the whole end of Destiny.
That's
just die.
That's the way it works.
Actually, the ghost puts you back in the ground where he found you.
I wouldn't be pissed if at 10 years later they come back to Destiny 1, put you in the ground, and then do it all over again. That would be a pretty dope ending. I'd hate it, but it'd be pretty dope. It'd be a nice.
He puts you in the ground, and Nathan Drake is like,
on
rest
the last
now,
day
Guardian.
of the 10-year cycle, they delete all of your history.
They bring back
from
our
all
boy
of the Destinies off of Bungie.net.
Bring back the Dinklage, man.
Yeah.
Dinklebot, that's my boy.
They need more of that. Not really.
I don't know. I feel like they should say in the company themselves, hey, we're going to try to do this for 10 years. But don't tell us, the gamers, that you're going to do a 10-year plan, because we just look at the game like, is it even going to be worth it? And one, you're telling that before you even release the game. Like, no one knows how this game's going to play, how the story's going to be. And you're already telling us you're going to shove 10 years down our throat.
Yeah.
Come on, BioWare.
10-inch
I don't want that.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I can handle another 10-year plan game where it's microtransactions.
I'm fine. Like I said, I'm
DLCs.
fine with MMOs that live and they hold their experience because of the new updates and content, but I don't know what's happening with this planned 10-year stuff. It's like weird. It's like they partition the story out over this time, and that's just kind of not MMOs handle it. Usually MMOs build the story as they go. These guys built the story and then they're like, you'll find out the ending in 10 years.
Oh, that's what happened in Destiny. Don't worry.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it, but I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. I don't know how they're gonna end 10 years, but I guess they'll figure it out.
All right, guys. Moving on with that Destiny topic that we're kind of talking about, mixed in with this Anthem. How do you guys feel? Just a tabletop discussion. How do you guys feel about Warlocks not having self-res for Destiny 2?
I don't know. I mean, Trials is supposed to be a big thing, as you can tell from this year. So that's like a welcome change. I almost shed a few engrams.
I don't like that.
Well, that's too bad. I mean,
considering Drew's our Warlock, he does not. My bad. Don't like that.
I don't like it, man. Like, all right, self-res. It's annoying, yeah, but
there's no getting out of this.
How many times has
come to the realization?
How many times has my self-res have to come in the clutch, whether it's for a revive or for finishing the battle itself?
In terms of story mode, PvE, yeah, the Warlock re-rest sometimes comes in handy, especially
online in the Crucible. No, it's not even worth it.
But
I mean, I don't think it's gonna fit into the new storyline if we're not supposed to have like any light anymore. Like if we're supposed to be mad dead, I don't see how you're gonna like suck in the ultimate power and be like, I have the power.
I mean, they already gave me that with the sword, so
I mean, that's true. We can just get. I mean, I'll tell you, I'll give them a pass if they give Warlocks a He-Man super.
Yeah, I'll take that. You gotta stay in there for 5 minutes. You have to actually say the lines.
No exception. You have to say, "I have the power" every time.
You have to yell in your mic, "I have the power," and it boosts up, and you have to run people down.
You have to power up your character in order to get the maximum effect of the super.
Yo, dude, I'll do it. I blow through late at night.
If you whisper it, it'll be a weak super. If you scream it, you'll have the most powerful super ever.
I got the power, dog. It's like, what you say to me? Think, and it's like, yo, dog, they didn't even hear power. Blow their head off.
My thing is though, with this, even though I'm kind of happy the self-res is gone, Titans are supposedly still getting their void bubbles back as a type of like alternate move. So, do you think maybe they're gonna slip?
That's just as bad.
Self-res in?
No.
Or do you think self-res is just done for Warlocks?
Done.
I feel like if they're saying it's done, it's gonna be done. I would like it as a change of pace, because to be honest, when you're self-res and you're the self-res of the team, you're holding your super back for way longer than anybody else is, and you're just like. You're like, I'm an extra man. I'm an extra life. I have to not use my super when for most of the time, most of the time, any of the other any of the hunter supers
don't do this
as Phoenix will tell you here, any of them are suck, but they do actually do work if you use them properly and you're not spamming your hunter knife all around. Like that's
the worst thing about arc bladers in Crucible.
It's not when you're on the other side of the fence.
And Titans can come in with their bubble, which they can. That's basically like, here's my super on the ground. Let me go walk away and do something else. You guys use that.
And you go make a pizza.
With a Warlock, it's really, you got to be always attacking with your other two supers, or you're gonna have to be in the back in the shadow waiting for your rest of your team to go down. And you really got to play the healer, which I don't really mind, but I like the running gun sometimes too. So for it to be gone, am I gonna miss it? Yes. Is it gonna be a welcome change of pace with that sword? Oh, you bet it is. I'm gonna love that thing. That's gonna be the probably main super I use. That's the only one I've seen so far, but it's still looking good regardless.
I'm actually looking forward to that Sentinel, Captain America up in this.
Nobody wants that.
But to your healer thing that you were saying just now, the Warlock is going to have that new perk where they drop a healing rift on the floor.
Well, there you go. That's definitely even better.
The Warlock has a new super where they drop a 10-year plan for Destiny.
Oh my god! All right, guys.
If you get caught in it, there's nothing you can do. Your character is locked into a 10-year contract, and they can no longer play.
It's like, yo, I can't kill you, bro. It's like, why? It's like, I gotta wait 10 years.
I gotta wait 10 years. My guns won't even move anymore.
I do feel like that healing station, basically healing station, I'm gonna call it, is a good addition to the game, though. Because sometimes your teammates are going down, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be one of those you either run through and get healed, or I doubt they're gonna do you have to stay there to get your full health.
I think staying there is going to be get your full health and stay there, probably for like a second or two.
It might play the same way that the Titans Bubble used to play, where you have the Blessings of Light and
yeah, that could be true.
But probably just be like Blessings of Light, where you're healing.
Okay, so what else we got here on the round table? We've got we can lump these two together. We've got the Bully 2 and Tomb Raider 3 leaked concept arts. What are your guys' opinion on the two of those? Bully
I didn't
2.
get to see that, but
First up, come on.
Yeah.
Have you guys have played Bully 1?
Bully is like,
this is another Rockstar great game.
Yeah, like freaking Rockstar, man. They're always gonna come back in your mouth one way or another, dude. That sounded really gay, but
that was kind of gay, but
this takes us back to PS2.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
this takes us back to PS2, which is where they were in their freaking prime, dude.
Oh no, they modeled the one dude off of Jack Nicholson. I don't want that.
Yeah, Bully 2 though, I bought the PlayStation 2 on PS4 thing, got that platinum like it was nothing, man. Bully 2, I could play that game over and over, even without it having any trophies. I would have played it start to finish, over and over multiple times, and still had a blast.
Are you sure about that?
Oh my god!
It was
like I was
a
like,
good game, dude.
Yeah, like I was like 12 again, or however old I was when Bully 1 came out. So for them to even have Bully 2 like in the rumor mill or even in the works, like even some concept art, that's amazing.
I don't even know where it came from though.
Well, honestly, I think we gotta take this one with a grain of salt because it's not a confirmed leak type thing. It's more like a lot of people are saying that it could be. And
then we all find out that this is just some random guy's DeviantArt.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. It could just be a fan, a really hopeful fan that posted to his own type of Twitter trying to get Rockstar to make another Bully.
I think that'd be pretty funny, actually.
I mean,
everybody hypes it up.
The guy made it nice.
They just give this guy massive exposure from DeviantArt.
Yeah. With the Tomb Raider topic, I haven't played Tomb Raider since, I'm gonna be honest, the PS1. I didn't play any of the new ones. I mean, I probably played a little bit of it, but I've never actually played any of them. Really,
oh no, baby! What are you doing?
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. I feel like Tomb Raider has been loving Xbox a little too much, so they kind of turned me away from that. Like,
it's just Square Enix. They got sucked off.
Yeah, I didn't really like when they did that. I mean,
they got
I don't really care. Yeah, I'm not one to be like, oh, stick to one for life. But it's like the same thing with Metal Gear. Y'all started out on PS1, and then y'all gonna come all the way up.
I think you mean Insomniac.
Yeah, and then be like,
the biggest,
we
all.
switching over to Xbox, died. Like, I mean, come on, dude. What you doing?
They came back with Spider-Man. Come on.
No.
They gave Xbox Sunset Overdrive, which didn't do that great.
Didn't do that great, but
and now they're gonna give us Spider-Man on the PS4.
because they know they picked the wrong console. They shouldn't have picked the Xbox Bone, Xbone, 1XXX, Triple X Score, XOXO, Heath Ledger, XX, Batman, X Black Canary wins.
Black Canary. Black Xbox XX. Oh, X.
White Xbox One X Scorpio X.
You can't stop. You can't stop. Like once you start, you can't.
You're like The Rock when you're just like X. Anyway,
I mean, with the Tomb Raider, I've been a fan of that new rebooted franchise since it came out. Played 1 and 2. We do know that the name Shadow of the Tomb Raider was leaked a while ago, so they just some type of concept art. You know, it's just
gotta say concept art's like
it's mostly like the logo of the game, how it's gonna come out, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, you know, stuff like that, and a few little concepts of what Laura might be doing. Now this is another one, you know, we gotta take it with a grain of salt, 'cause we do not know if it's true. Now, to be fair,
somebody also needs to fire whoever the designer is of three logos. 3 of them are just absolute.
Yeah, they're pretty garbage. But supposedly they were on Square Enix's site, and Square Enix took them down. Took down the site. So
Square Enix uploaded it to their own servers and then gave themselves a DMCA takedown.
And then uploaded Atari Braun.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this just in. Classified Gear says for the Division, but that's another day.
Classified this. Wait, that's not even new news.
I know.
Get away from the Division stuff. Alright, what else we got here on this little tabletop section here?
How about we take a few seconds to speak on Atari, just kind of slipping their way in.
Atari slipping their way in. Making it back to the big boys, back to the TVs. And I don't know what to say, Brandon. What do you got?
I was hoping that you were gonna kind of lead into it, but I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm excited. Gotta say that Atari logo's looking hot, even though it's the same logo that they've been using for years.
Let's look this up.
I don't know. There's nothing to see. We haven't seen anything except for
a logo.
Some blades on the console. I guess that's the I don't know. Maybe they're about to stab somebody in the office or something, and that's gonna be fully revealed or something. I don't know. Nobody knows, but I'm excited to see somebody new in the industry at least. I'm sick of seeing the same stuff, even if it's like not even a traditional system or something like that, and they make their own type of games and all that. It's cool to me as long as we get something new.
You think E3 2018 Atari comes out, says, "Hey, this is our Atari box"?
I don't think they're waiting that long. I think they said that they're going to talk about it this year.
As soon as they're ready to go, they're going to go.
As soon as they're ready to go, it's going to be out.
That's kind of big right there.
When they're ready to go, there's going to be Atari representatives at your door waiting. If you open your door and you do not accept it, they will kill you on the spot.
With the console, the bladed console.
With the bladed console. That's the point. That's why they showed the blades. They were warning you just ahead of time.
They give you the Voldo.
Oh my god.
Keeping in with retro gaming news on a resurface, Sega has decided to release a good majority of their old games for free on mobile devices. Now you can pay for the paid version of the service.
You can also pay for them.
Yeah, you can pay for them, but this is just to remove ads and I guess to do some other things. I really don't care. I mean, like, if it's to like save state and junk like that, I would click on the link here, but you know, Google Chrome is kill and it's telling me to wait or kill, and I won't do that. But anyway,
I
don't think that's Google talking to you. I think that's Atari.
that's Atari. I'm not gonna answer the door.
Going with that Sega thing, you're just, you know, with games. We do have Nintendo actually giving some more insight about the mini SNES. This should be coming out. Don't know if there's a date yet or not, but
they can kiss my ass because they decided to cancel the NES Classic.
Well, if you look at the article, it does say that the mini SNES Q4 2017. So
yeah, so
we got a good ways to go.
You guys want a nice Christmas gift? Get yourself a mini SNES.
Yeah, good luck with that. You ain't getting that.
But with Nintendo's usual, you know, shortage in their
if you guys haven't heard in the other news, Nintendo actually did come out recently and said that they're very sorry about the shortages of the Nintendo Switch. I don't have the article on hand. However, they did say that they were going to be making some big moves to push out larger waves of shipments throughout the year.
Did they actually say that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the article real quick.
I think they did say something about they're aiming for like a holiday time to get like a huge stock in, just to coincide with, I don't know if it's Super Mario Odyssey that's coming out around that time, but they want players basically to, you know, say, hey, let's get a Switch and play the new Super Mario.
Well, Phoenix searches up that article for Nintendo's apology, which is well deserved by now. The Switch is also getting a new portable TV dock, but before that, apparently ARMS just came out, which we know, as we know.
Oh,
but apparently,
I didn't think you mean.
Yeah, it slipped right under us.
Slipped right out of our arms.
Apparently, ARMS decided, hey, let's just outsell Tekken 7 in Japan, and they did.
What'd you just say, man?
ARMS just decided to outsell Tekken 7 in Japan, and they definitely did. I have no idea. They've outsold Street Fighter 5 and Tekken 7 combined.
Whoa. Street Fighter
5, but Tekken 7, that's crazy. Admittedly, in Japan, Tekken 7 has been out for a good while in the arcades.
Yeah, I mean, you can't actually make that argument now that I think about it. It's not even really like a thing, because they're basing it against the new one. They've already played it. They're kind of like, all right, just like, I'm sick of Tekken, dude. Like, just give me Tekken 8 already.
Yeah. So I mean, I know Lair doesn't have a Switch yet, but he was pretty excited about this Nyko portable TV dock. You know, why don't you take the lead on that story here?
Yeah, Nyko's actually making a Nintendo Switch dock that is a lot more portable than the one you get with the actual device. It's actually, it honestly looks like a little dongle you hook to the bottom of your...
I hate it. It looks so
really
stupid.
It's
There's
really
no
tiny,
protection.
There's
no protection.
It's no protection. But at the same time, if you're on the go and you're going to a boy's house or you're going to a friend's house,
just pack the whole dock. It's not that big.
You know, people are lazy, man.
Yeah, but it's like, look, like I have my Switch right here in my hands. I'm gonna feel it up. So that's the Switch, and I'm gonna insert it into the dock right here. Like, this is all people like complain about. Like this, like, here we go. Oh my god, dude! I just scratched my freaking Switch, man. What the freak? Live on freaking podcast, dude.
Jesus, dude.
Why? This is the. Oh my god, dude. They freaking told me not to put this in the dock the wrong way. Now I gotta buy that stupid tiny dock. Oh wait, no, I don't.
Oh man, I was gonna try and troll you guys and start playing the Switch, but it's dead.
Okay.
Anyway, I hate that dock. Move on to the next story.
It's a little dock, you know. It's not gonna be for everyone.
God,
A lot of people are gonna stick
my
to the original. Going back to what Phoenix
oh my
said,
god, dude! Then this article just shredded my Switch in half.
Phoenix said about the Nintendo Switch, you know, Nintendo apologizes for that. Apparently, they're saying that they actually send out stock every week.
Sure. Why don't you tell them about your experience?
Yeah.
So yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, here's a little trick at Best Buy. Supposedly, a lot of Best Buys get their stock on Wednesdays and Fridays.
No, I meant Target.
Oh no, Target, that was the worst one.
Target's just
went to go get a Switch. I asked the girl for a Switch, and she goes, "Yeah, we have Switches." And then she continues to walk me down to the game.
Switches. And then came out with a bunch of
and I was just like, "Hello?" And then she was like, "Oh, you meant Nintendo Switch? No, we don't have those." I was like, "Oh, thanks for getting my hopes up." But that's, you know, I got to pre-order my Switch, and it'll be here soon, so I'm not too worried about that.
No, you don't. You're lying, dude. You're never getting a Switch. You're gonna get Atari.
Yo, man, I'm gonna get the Atari Razor box.
He's gonna be like, "Oh man, my Nintendo Switch is supposed to be here. I got the shipment." It's like, wait, it's not out yet. How do you have it so soon? It's like, I don't know. I don't even care, man. Let me go get it real quick. And he steps outside, and Atari's like, "You thought?"
No, man, you're done. Oh man, that's nice right there.
That's pretty nice. What is this?
Yeah, so I just brought up in the news media lounge that Nintendo has decided to release a Samus Returns Legacy. The new 3DS game that they're putting out that looks really good. They released a Legacy edition, and like the article says, it looks damn fabulous. The steelbook that you would normally get is now a freaking it's a Game Boy cartridge, dude. Like, that's insane.
Put the game in the Game Boy.
You can literally put the game in the boy. This is the Game Boy. Like, geez, dude, that's awesome. You also get a big old case, the game, art books, which everybody loves art books, and soundtracks. I love soundtracks with games. A pin for the Samus Aran, the Space Butt Pirates, and the what looks to be a Morph Ball keychain. Other than that, this is true level.
Gotta say, Samus is hot.
This is true level of Reggie. Gotta say, this is hot. So,
gotta give it to him. It is pretty hot, guys.
All right, and
buy more Switches.
Let's see. Let's move on to a couple of lightning round topics here.
Why don't we move on to that Resident Evil 2 remake and the voice actor that's not going to be in the game?
Yeah, here's our lightning round.
My iron eye is actually made out of, or might say.
I don't know what the devs, who makes Capcom? I don't know what Capcom's deciding to do with no original Ada Wong voice. I would rather have low bit rate old Ada Wong voice than a new Ada Wong in general. I really don't want another Chris Redfield fiasco. Don't do that to me, Capcom, because...
Not to cut you off, but actually reading more into the article, neither are Leon or Claire.
That doesn't make any sense.
Voice actors will not return. Oh no, wait.
You can't do this. We're supposed to be sharing the news.
You gotta get Johnny. Why are you handing me false reports?
Actually, it is.
You're fired.
Leon and Claire's voice actors will not return for Resident Evil.
He rescinded our entire contract.
All right, thank you, Johnny. All right, you're back to being hired, but don't do that again.
Don't do that again.
Tell me any more stories on Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't want to see this.
What are they doing that they're not going to the original voice actors?
How about this? They shut down the freaking fan-made project for Resident Evil 2 that looked amazing to do this, to not even pull the OG voice actors.
We just get polygons for Resident Evil 2 now.
Come on, dude. You know what, man?
We get your favorite. We get the facade mouth for
oh my god, dude! They just made me scratch my Switch, man. Jeez.
Now, guys, there is another petition, just like with Dragon Ball FighterZ, to get the original voice actor to come back. Well, the original voice actor for Claire to come back in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, fat chance of that happening.
Fat. Sadly, we won't get to hear the original Ada Wong's, sexy little voice.
Ada Longs.
And then people are justifying the fact that Chris has had multiple voice actors, and
we don't get into those debates. People don't realize what's happening.
No, considering the fact that they can give Chris his same voice actor that he had in Resident Evil 5 in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they can give him his same voice actor in Infinite. No, I'm good though, fan. Thanks though.
So, Capcom.
And if it's not the same, he sounds damn similar.
Bring Ada Wong's voice actors back.
Hashtag bring Ada Wong.
Hashtag Wong.
Hashtag Wong. Just get that trending, guys.
Just Wong. No, hashtag Capcom's Wong.
Capcom's Wong. That's the one.
And then we send all the petitions with that hashtag Capcom's Wong.
People are gonna be so
it has
confused.
more than one meaning.
People are gonna be so
Capcom's Ada Wong.
confused.
Capcom is Wong, like Capcom is dedicated Wham. Like
Yeah,
you know,
that's
they're
what I was
wrong.
saying.
And then Capcom's Tiny Wong. Anyway, speaking of Wongs, Steam Summer Sale is going on. What games are you excited? I personally am excited for a new game that's coming out. New dating sim. You know, I like to play a couple of those. It's this one's called Dream Daddy, where you get to
Don't talk to me.
pick your dream daddy and go out on a date with him. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Never that.
It's got 7 dateable dads.
Don't.
Multiple endings per dad. You get a dad creator.
dad,
You
that's
create your
big.
dad Sona. Never mind. I don't want to buy the game anymore. It's voiced by the Game Grumps and friends. Never mind.
Nah,
Delete
I'm
that
good.
story, Johnny. I'm out of here. I quit. See
Yo,
you guys
fire-
next
fire
week.
Johnny,
Contract
reading
has
that
been
story.
rescinded again. I'm excited for Wilson, our Lords of Mayhem. It's an exciting game that's it's been made by the developers of you've never heard of them.
Yeah.
That's just, you've never heard of them. The devs are the game.
Freaking the devs are the game.
The developers are Wilson Studio. The game is Wilson.
Freaking Gay Wilson.
It looks pretty hot though. Gotta say.
I say,
Wilson's
look at
hot.
that. Oh, it just blew my ears off. Johnny, please. This is him getting back at me.
He's gonna give you the Wilson.
Oh, that's kind of like Dungeon Hunter, which we never actually got to finish.
Well, it's giving me that nice Diablo feel. So
Yeah, that too.
it sits right at home for me. I hope it sells well. I might buy it. right now. No, I won't buy it right now, but I might buy it though. I'm on the fence. It's looking pretty good.
All right, and we've got 2 more topics here, so let's end on a good note. We've got everybody's favorite that I don't know if anybody even still plays anymore. Pokemon Go is finally getting a major update.
Pokemon go to the polls.
They're getting gyms, they're getting raid battles, they're getting gym badges or a gym badge, and a brand new legendary for everybody to catch. The first one in the game, and it's gonna be everybody's favorite.
It's Ash's
Lugia.
ashy lips.
Oh my god. I'm getting off. Speaking of ashy lips, you might want to bust out the chapstick, get yourself a pool floaty, and squirt some girls with rubber ducks. It's Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash, baby. This is the Senran Kagura Splatoon type game. It's basically Splatoon with Senran Kagura. That's basically it.
But
Think
is
the
it
girls-
immersive?
Oh, it's immersive. If you haven't seen any of the footage yet, I suggest you take a look. It's a lot of jerking, a lot of spraying, and a lot of clothes being obliterated. It's a great wet time.
I think that's pretty nice.
I mean, the article title is "I squeeze the rubber duck to make girls wet" in Senran Kagura.
That's
Peach
kind of
Beach
gay
Splash.
article title though. Like,
That's what you gotta do, though.
And then someone writes, "Is this that boob water game?" When they're
You
talking
know it.
about the game.
You know it.
you know it. It looks
Actually,
pretty good too.
But guys, if we're gonna end on a good note,
How
for
is
this,
it possible for this to look better than the one that we already own?
I don't know, dude. They're stepping it up.
Marcus PSP, he's the director of it.
Oh yeah, he knows what's up.
to end on a good note? This article was dropped June 22nd, and that is the fact that the Cryptarch might not return for Destiny 2. He might be dead.
Good.
No,
According-
that's my boy, though.
According to Bungie PC lead David Shaw, he was asked in an interview, would the Cryptarch feel similar to how he was in the first game. And David Shaw responded, "If there were a Cryptarch, I don't know that there is." So, it's a little up in the air if Cryptarch's dead or not, or if he's even going to be in the game, or if there's just a new system for decoding your engrams. But I personally...
He just better be fully dead at that rate.
He could have died when Gaul attacks. You never know. But I personally have been creeped out by the Cryptarch ever since they destroyed our loot cave and created a very nasty audio file for you to listen to.
What do you mean? They used to give him the daily offerings.
Offerings?
Yeah. Until you got 1 million bodies are not enough for
Only your
Master
brother
Rafa.
Genji with Genji soft drinks.
Give me fun soft drinks.
I think that's all we have for today, guys. I don't know if the guys, Phoenix, you guys have anything else?
No, I personally don't have anything coming in from Johnny in the News Media Lounge, but yeah, just remember, keep it tight. Keep this is a little dicky, and if you don't wear a condom, you're disgusting. And pen, pineapple, apple, pen. That's all. Peace out, guys.
Hey guys, remember to buy He-Man the 3rd edition for the Xbox One X, X4, PS3, PC. Peace out.